Well, good evening to another dose of the Toxic Reality Show. I'm your host, Gordon Nathaniel, bringing you another exciting topic this evening. So, tonight, we're going to talk about a very interesting topic, and that is how come men aren't pursuing women anymore? Now, this is a show that I've wanted to do for a while. And we see a lot of women on TikTok, Instagram, and the complaint is that men aren't approaching anymore. Where are the real men? Men aren't stepping up. Men are being scared. The men aren't the men they used to be. No, men are responding to the environment. So what we're here to talk about is the environment, the toxic environment of why men aren't approaching anymore, right? So let's get into it. 8 reasons why men aren't approaching anymore. Let's start off with the first. Number 1. We're going where we're welcome. We're going where we're wanted. Men are, if you're seeing that the whole Passport Brothers movement is gaining steam, and it has been over the last few years, because men are realizing that modern day women aren't being affectionate, they're not soft, they're not feminine, they're belligerent, they're warlike, they're angry. So men aren't approaching because the men don't feel wanted. When you refer to men as scrubs and bums and, I don't want no scrubs, men are responding to the climate. They're responding to the environment. And the environment is toxic to masculinity. So men are enjoying the time that they're spending in fellowship with other men. They're exercising their passports and going where they're desired and appreciated. And instead, women have to make an overt effort to show interest. Number 2, creepy. You see all over TikTok, Instagram, a man just walking up and saying, "Excuse me, can I have directions?" He's so creepy. Everything is creepy. If it's not some man that you're interested in, he's creepy. Oh my gosh, he wore a sweater. He's creepy. Everything is creepy. And men are responding again, and they're not approaching because they don't need another woman saying, "Oh my God, he's so creepy. That was cringe. He's sus." All of these insults. What are the name? What are we doing? What are the signs? Shame, insult, guilt. They need to be right. You'll be ashamed. So men are not approaching because they don't want to be labeled creepy for just being genuine and showing interest. So they're responding to that toxic environment. Number 3, the Me Too movement. Years ago when this movement started, apparently every woman, attractive or unattractive, was apparently a victim of inappropriate sexual advances. Some of them were actual rape, some bordered on rape, justified. But a man just making an advice by saying, "Hey, we work at the same place. How about we get together for a drink?" "Oh, he was trying to hit on me. Call HR." Why wouldn't you try to approach a woman at your workplace? You have mutual place where you work. Obviously, you know that she's intelligent. She's attractive. You see how she carries herself in public. Well, yes, you look at her and say, "Well, maybe I would like to date her." Well, now because of the Me Too movement, men are just, even the women they see at work, avoid them. Potential lawsuit, call in from HR, get fired from your job. It's not worth the risk. Again, men are responding to the climate, and Me Too is number 3. Number 4, Social media roasting. Now, here's the thing. One of the top places to meet and date people is social media. So when women roast and insult and drag guys for making an attempt inside their DM by saying, hey, I'm interested. I saw your picture. I like your profile. Would like to get to know you. Or even that, making incidental comments. Hey, that was real funny. Seeing if she bites. If she responds with conversation, you have a chance. If not, after your second attempt, you let it go. Right? But social media roasting, what are these women doing instead? So men stopped even approaching on social media because the women take screenshots, post it all over. And look, these guys are all up in my DMs. They're all over me, blah, blah, blah. You're humiliating him. And it's not necessary. You're stepping on someone else to make yourself look better. That's not a redeeming quality. That's number 4. Social media roasting and insulting and humiliation. Number 5. Number 5. Rejection, humiliation. Good morning, Dallas from Thailand. Hashim Shabazz, salute. Number 5, rejection, humiliation. Now, a lot of women, let's understand something. Bumble, the dating website, initially was created that women would have to initiate contact. They've now recently changed their platform to allow, because women said it was too hard to initiate contact with men. Why? Because they didn't like being rejected. So Bumble now created a way that you can send an anonymous a like of some sort. And if the guy responds with a like as well, then indirectly, she really didn't approach him directly. It was a like connected way for her to bypass what we men are expected to do all the time, which is be the initiator. Be the man and initiate the contact. Nick Nice J, what's going on? So the men have been expected traditionally to initiate contact. When the women are found with the same situation, they don't like it because they're scared of being rejected. But this is part of the course for us men. You're not going to get them all. Some are going to say, yeah, we're going to extend the conversation. Others are going to be like, no, thank you. Okay, keep it moving. But because of the humiliation that follows, and we're not talking about a kind, no, I'm sorry, I'm not interested. But no, you see all too many videos where they feel the need to completely put their foot on your neck and destroy you. Just take your ego and your pride and destroy it. Get off of me, you bum. Look at you looking, blah, 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 blah. They feel the need at that point to just completely eviscerate your ego and leave you walking away with your tail between your legs as opposed to just being polite. So yeah, men aren't approaching anymore, ladies, because you've set this trend up. They're responding to the market and have chosen not to approach. Number 6, abuse, clout, and attention videos. This kind of goes in with what we said before. Guys, Dallas said, grab your passports. Life and women are so much better. These women, we kind of talked about this a little bit, but they're like the ones that post the videos in the gym. They're wearing like a piece of thread between their butt cheeks saying, why are all these men looking at me, with the cleavage down to their belly button and their yammies hanging out, saying, why are these men looking at me? You know you're trying to get attention. But these women, they want, show the guy in their camera looking at them to humiliate and insult this man for acknowledging, yes, you're attractive. You caught my attention with what you're wearing. You're bending over doing squats and straddles in front of me as if I'm not going to notice. And with a thread as your garment. But because these women are clout chasing to say, look at all of these men are all over me. I can't go anywhere without men chasing me. And I'm just here to work out in a bikini. But they're seeking attention and validation. They're abusing the men and clout chasing. That's number 6. Number 7. The 80-20 dating app rule. Now, not only is this prevalent outside of online dating, but also in the dating apps. And they've reported all of the top dating websites, applications, released a report stating 80% of the women on these dating apps are only going after the 20%. In a survey, women said 80% of men are unattractive. So whether you're online or in person, men aren't approaching anymore because you got the 49ers, girls who are 4s who think they're 9s, are shredding you as if she's a 10. And she's perfect and God's gift to men. So men are saying, dang, an average guy tries to talk to an average girl and she treats me like I'm a bum. Men aren't approaching, ladies. This is what you've created. They're responding to the market. And finally, thank you all for waiting. For the last, but not the least, number 8. Modern women want to be paid to be in a relationship. You've seen the posts. They don't want to go to Cheesecake Factory. That their hair costs $150 to have it done, and their nails and this, that, and the other. They want to be paid to be in a relationship. Again, men aren't approaching. Men have responded with, let's just get together for a cup of coffee to see if we click. No, they're like, you have to properly court me. You have to spend money. Take me out to a nice restaurant. And the reports have already shown, a survey was conducted. It said 30% of women who go out on dates, there is no sexual interest. They're only going for the meal. Again, ladies, men aren't approaching. They're responding by exercising their passports. Well said, Dallas. Men would rather save their money, take a trip overseas, enjoy a woman who is affectionate, fit, fine, feminine, friendly, and wants to love you, as opposed to argumentative, angry, cantankerous, abusive bullies that many men experience from the modern day women in America. So when you ask yourself, what are the 8 reasons why men are not approaching women anymore? You've just heard them. Jonathan Poe said women killed the online dating services. Absolutely. They're scrambling now, losing billions in revenue because the only one paying for the dating apps were men. But the women were having 6, 7 men at one time chasing them, saying, all these men are all over you. No, they just want to sleep with you. No one's trying to marry you. Calm down. But this is the argument. They've destroyed it. They're super picky. There was just recently in the Daily Mail, a woman had 5,000 men solicit her to be her boyfriend through some kind of a app portal. Guess how many she chose? She refused all 5,000. She's not a 9, not a 10. A nice body, probably a very high 6.9, because you can't use 7. On a scale of 1 to 10, throw 7 out. She might be a low 8, barely, but she posed in a bikini shot. Nice body. 5,000 men applied to be the boyfriend. She said no to all 5,000. That's what we're dealing with. And you ask why men don't approach anymore? It's the delusion. Right? Jonathan, you have it right. They killed online dating and they can't get men to come back. Men are leaving in droves because they're recognizing it's not worth it. You're not getting your value. The algorithm is slanted against you. Only the top 10, 20% guys are getting all the action. And then the women are complaining. Men aren't emotionally available. No, the Pookie, Ray Ray, and Manuel that you're trying to holler at is not emotionally available to you because you let him just run through you on the penis carousel. But the guys who are genuine, the average Joe who really would have treated you right, you don't see him. So it's not that men aren't emotionally available. Many men are. You just refused 80% of all men, or in the example of the woman, where 5,000 men. You're trying to tell me out of 5,000, not one? Not one was good enough? But this is where we are. I mean, it's fascinating. What did Isaiah say? I have to say that I really appreciate your content. I had to walk away from the mother of my daughter because she was not taught to be a wife. I blame myself for taking the blue pill early in life. Brother, you're not alone. So many of us were blue pillars, and then we finally woke up, and now they say we're bitter. No, I'm just trying to educate other men, young and old, to not make the same mistakes that I have. I'm not perfect, not God's gift to women, but we believed women. We believed the sympathy. We wanted to rescue. We will be that guy for you. And they stabbed us. And we're not bitter. We just know that we made a bad choice. And that's the accountability. Again, if you follow the Facebook page for the Toxic Reality Show, it was like all of the women say that the men that they broke up with were narcissists and abusive, but all these women are perfect. How many times you've heard a woman take accountability for her relationship? Yeah, you don't. But again, the delusional mindset. 5,000 men aren't good enough for one woman.
A bullshit?
I,
A bullshit?
I'm just saying. Right? That's where we are. So we have to go ahead and exercise. Women are only the prize to the men that they don't want. You know, it's interesting. If it's some hot guy that they like, they don't have a problem with his advances. I can't tell you how many times in my own personal experience that I've been to a nightclub. And if I were to grab some of these women as the drug dealing or sports athletes who just grab them by their hand or just by their backside, grab them, cup the butt, and be like, come here, B. Oh, he's so funny. He called me a B. I love it. He's such a thug. If I walk up and say, if I even tried anything like that, I'd get slapped. And even when you walk up and be a gentleman, how you doing, love? You know, would you like to go out and have a dance? Get up. You a square. He corny. Right? Dallas, too correct. Women break the rules for guys they like and make the rules for the nice guys that they don't like. And then when they get ruined by the guy they like, they want the nice guy to play step simp and rescue her and take care of the bad guy's kids. That's my reward? No, that's not a reward. Exercise your passport. Get away from this foolishness. And yes, for the high ticket item, the high value return on the shot, the high percentage shot, I encourage men, shoot your shot. What do you got to lose? Because, you know, the complaint that a lot of women say is, why is it only the ugly guys walk up to me? Because the ugly guys have nothing to lose. They're just like, whatever. They're used to you guys stomping on them and insulting them. Guys of means, they're having a good time with their friends. They're fellowshipping. If you come over to my table, sure, we can have a conversation. But otherwise, I'm not breaking my neck to pay you to be in a relationship with me. You got to take me out. You got to fly me out. Men are looking at this. Women are saying, I love to travel. I've been to 20 different countries. What do they want you to do? I'll tell you what they want you to do. Oh, we have mutual interests. You like to travel too? And all of a sudden, you know, again, in the news, Girlfriend and boyfriend show up. They've been dating for 3 months to go get on the plane. She drops. She doesn't have her part of the money. He goes on vacation without her. That's how you handle that. He went vacation solo. Because every time they talk about this, they want someone to travel with. It's expected. You as the man, you're supposed to pay for her fare. How long are we going to... You remember Lucy from Charlie Brown? She holds out the football, and Charlie Brown comes to try to kick it, and she swoops, and he falls flat on his back. Ladies, this has been going on for decades, this game that you've been running on us. Men have had enough. And you're upset that men are standing up warning other men, don't be a fool. This is part of the game. 20 countries. Anytime I see a woman post a picture at a restaurant with a plate of food in front of her, I know some poor guy paid for the meal and she asked him, take a picture so I can send it to my girlfriend. Then all of a sudden it becomes her Facebook, Instagram post, how she has a lobster in front of us. Chicks be posting a picture on some yacht or a boat. Whose boat is it? Because you know it's not hers. Whose boat? Right? You got to pay attention to the signs. Shame, insult, guilt, the need to be right. Anyway, gone way over. Dallas said 20 countries. Who took you to those 20 different countries? Some poor simp probably paid for most of them. Because, I want to go here. We don't have things in common. We need to travel. And then what do you do as a guy? You mean you're not going to pay for it? They're living off of you men. And then talking about how they're strong and independent. Yeah, because somebody's paying for everything. Another article in the news. A woman, what did she do? She didn't pay for meals for a year, went out on a date every night and had guys take her out to dinner. Now, you know, she put some heavy mileage on that stuff. Because there's no way you go 5, 6 a night and she used that money that she saved to go buy a house. The game is stacked the other way, gents. You got to play to win for yourself because they are. They got you paying for the meals, telling that you got to pay for their babysitter for some other man's seed. Are you mad? Pay for your hair, your nails, your outfit. What? So at the end of the date, you're going to give me all of that stuff? You're going to take off the nails? You're going to shave your head and the perfume and all of that stuff? You're going to give it back to me? Or you going to go out on a date the next night with somebody else with the same stuff? It ain't the same. They think they're slick. She going to wear that same outfit, that same hairdo for another 2 weeks and 13 other men. And saying that you need to pay. So when 14 of you idiots pay for her nails for $70, did it really cost $70? One of them said $100 for gas. Where the heck are you driving? Well, how far away do you live? What, in a Honda Civic that you get 30 miles to the gallon? $5? How you turn that to 100? Pay attention, gents. They're not slick. That being said, oh man, all they look at you as an ATM. And the reason why, let me speak to the ladies. Ladies, if you want to change the narrative so that men will en masse approach again, think of the way that you shut these men down that you're not interested in. Because I get it, not everybody you're going to be attracted to. But think of how hard it is to walk up to you. I got to observe you for a minute. Make sure that you don't have a boyfriend around you. Being respectful. Seeing if there's, what am I going to say? Right? I've got to understand what is required of us as a men. Right? I've got to be entertaining. I got to come up with something cool. I got to come up with something charismatic. I got to entertain. I got to be charismatic. Some cool one-liner that I introduce myself. And it doesn't mean that you run some corny game, but even something as simple as and awkward as you walking up to a stranger. I can't walk up to you from behind because that will startle you. And even from the side is risky. I have to frontal approach. You see me coming. Right? Because if you don't see me coming, then I'm creepy, right? So I've got to walk up to you. And then the first few words out of my mouth. Because already, in a millisecond, a woman has sized up whether she's going to have sex with you or not. So you walk up. You got to be entertaining. Make her laugh. Smile. Something witty. Right? You got to come up with a topic real quick. Right? So, I mean, again, entertain. Come up with an introductory line. Be able to carry the conversation. Right? And then, not only do I have to come up with a topic to go with, but then I have to maintain the conversation with a complete stranger. It takes some balls. You hear me? To walk up to somebody like that. And we men do it all the time. And a lot of times you get shut down without a gracious, thank you, I'm not interested, I appreciate it. And I'm not gonna lie, I've heard the stories, the guy, they keep pushing, they keep coming, so I have to tell him that I have a boyfriend. Don't give out a fake phone number. Listen, I'm just trying to be real nice to you. I'm just not, you're just not the person for me. I'm sure you are for somebody else. Thank you so much. I'm flattered, but I have to decline. All love. That's it. He keeps coming. Listen, I'm trying to be polite. I've told you I'm just not interested. It's me. Just not in. I'm not interested. But there's plenty of other ladies here that I'm sure are. No, thank you. Just be polite. Right? Is that so hard? It is. Because modern society, the modern woman feels that she's a man. And even men aren't so cruel when they deny a woman's advances. The same thing I just said, I've said to women. Hey, I'm flattered. I'm just not interested, but I do appreciate it. That was really sweet. Thank you. But, I have to decline, and I wish you the best. Oh, then they get upset. Or I'm not good enough for you. And then they want to, you got a big head anyway, Gordon. Okay, now you want to make it personal. Okay, well, since you want to be personal, it's because you got 3 kids by 2 different baby daddies, and I don't feel like being step simp since you want to be personal about it. And I've done that too. That being said, oh man, Jonathan said, go after the ones that like you, fellas. Don't go after the ones you like. That's a simp move. They show you. He's right. They show you. You got to pay attention to the movement and the body language that they give off. That's why you observe first. But you got to be quick because even if it's a slight glance that she gives you, eye contact, that's it. Make your move. Don't wait too long. That being said, thank you all, gentlemen. Another exciting show. And we will be back next Tuesday. Please like and share. I need the subscriptions. I need the support. We're not like many other shows. This is for more of a mature crowd. The Toxic Reality Show. Again, Gordon Nathaniel. I'm blessed to have you to watch. And thank you for your support and for sharing with a few friends. We out.